Oh hi, let's get right to it. The following 5 minutes and 27 seconds is all about my journey to PodCon this past weekend. This includes my driving there, the event itself, and then my drive back. If you want to simulate a podcast, just close your eyes. I'll see you at the end. You can probably barely see me, but I have my iced tea, I have a few cereal bars. I'm driving to Seattle. And just like that, you're here after 13 hours.
Listening to a podcast and preparing his dinner.
What podcast?
Dragons and Places. Hello.
Oh, I also have to pee real
Okay,
bad.
let's get you in.
So, super fun fact, I got about an hour out from the American border yesterday, and that is when I realized that 5 hours behind me back in Calgary was where my passport still was. So I'm freaking out, and I'm like, I don't know, I pull over, I look on my phone, I'm like, can I just use my Nexus card, which is this like fancy fast pass card when you're flying to go into like this special lane. Can I use my Nexus card to cross the border? The website says yes, but I'm like, I don't know, I still feel weird about this. I get to the border, I'm like, I might be wasting your time, dude. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get through the border here today. And he's like, nope, Nexus card totally works. Crisis averted, and I was able to drive the continuing 10 hours to Seattle. Kyle is a strange beast. What are we doing, Nick?
We're taking your car to the gas station.
Oh,
What are those?
what are those?
Want to show Steven Universe?
Steven Universe, no, I have not. Should I?
Yes, I think so.
I don't know if it's his jam, but
Yeah, if it's not your jam, you should watch it. But if it is your jam, you should watch it.
It might be my jelly. I don't know, we'll see.
And you're watching a podcast, get creative right now.
How did you lose your hat?
so I poorly tied it to my purse, which is not a good place to put your hat.
You got inside and you were like, my head isn't cold anymore, I'm gonna tie it to my purse. Let this be a lesson to everyone. Why did you do your PodCon?
Because I love podcasts.
Thank you very much.
I like my name, but I buy it.
Also, this show isn't for kids, which I mention only so the babies out there will know how cool they are for listening. What's up, you cool baby?
Cinnamon bun. Wait, what? Cinema bun. Cinema bun. A cinema bun. Cinema bun inside a cookie.
It snowed like crazy.
Hank and I have a bet that if we don't make it to Mars by 2027, we're going to rename the podcast Dear John and Hank. I'm very excited. Very excited about that.
And he's like, why do people always assume that I want to talk about being Italian just because I have an Italian accent? I don't want to have an Italian accent, but it's the only one that I have. I don't want to talk about being from Italy. It's the only thing I get to talk about.
This has been a weekend-long celebration of podcasting, but as you're about to learn, it has also been its funeral. It's true. All those things that you learned in those panels, forget it.
Hi. Oh, that's the second slide. Let's go back. Wait for it. Hello.
Pose for pictures.
I knew that we wouldn't have a problem having enough to say if I just sent them on the stage. The thing that I didn't account for is that they would just never shut up for long enough for us to say things. Okay.
Can I say something touching for once? God damn it.
Oh, okay, so the premise is I wanted to figure out a Asian or Japanese accent I could do that wouldn't be offensive, and I think I figured it out. But here's an impression of what Japanese people think Americans sound like. All right, hamburger, yeah!
Sorry, there's a photo opportunity down there, so I thought I would oblige.
October, over 100 degrees, buzzing thoughts, transparent smog.
How's your 24th birthday going there, Nick? Oh my gosh, I almost called you Chris.
Get all the other pancakes. Look at this
Bam.
stuff.
Look at this. I'm in Missoula. Good morning, Missoula. Somewhere around here is the DFTBA warehouse. But I prefer not to be arrested for trespassing. Now I'm home, and I am gonna go and sleep for 1,000 years. And then I did. PodCon was such a great event. I left feeling so enthused and inspired about what the medium of podcasting has for the future. I heard the phrase friends in your ears multiple times throughout the weekend, and I agree with it. These programs are there with you on your commute, while you wash the dishes, while you eat. It's like a really bad case of VD. That's an awful analogy, Kyle. It's like a good case of VD. Does anyone understand what I'm trying to say? This medium is attracting such interesting niches, and because it's audio only, imaginations can be fully realized. I have so many ideas that I hope I get to work on in the upcoming year. And if you don't know, I am the co-host of 2 different podcasts, one called Assumptions, the other called Whatever This Is. Be forewarned, they are very different from one another. As for those other ideas I have, I just need to create an 8th day of the week, and then they'll magically appear. Did you go to PodCon? Did you even know it was a thing? What are your favorite podcasts? Do you work on a podcast? Let me know the answers to all those questions down in the comments below. Monday is gonna be so much fun. That video is gonna be me and a couple of friends pitching podcasts to each other that we think should be made. It's pretty funny. I mean, it's not McElroy funny, but it's at least better than Gallagher funny. I say to the people that are 50 years old in my audience who will get that joke.